What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We're back on the Desolation map, and today we're going to push it to the limit. Oh, I can't wait. We are in my Skyscraper. I know we haven't been here in a little bit. I've been so devoted to Costco's and breweries and malls that I've kind of neglected my little Skyscraper here. I'm sorry, little Skyscraper, who doesn't even have a name yet. I'm sorry, but I'm going to work on you today because you've been neglected. You got cobwebs and all sorts of dust everywhere. Alright. So the theme of today's video, the thing I want to build and I want to talk about, is my favorite movie of all time. I don't know if I've mentioned this to you. I probably have. Oh, I definitely have. But my favorite movie of all time is Scarface. Look at me. I'm dressed perfectly for this video. Maybe that's, subconsciously that's why I chose this skin, is because I look like Tony Montana. Maybe that's why. But what I want to work on today is Montana Management Company. Now, hold on. I gotta concentrate when I'm doing these letters. How do you do an N? I always forget the N. There we go. That's an N. It's good enough. So, I didn't put it in the right place. Oh my goodness, I'm all over the place. What am I doing? This is wrong. Anyway, focus in. I want to talk about Scarface because it is my favorite movie of all time. If you are not of age, Scarface is rated R. It's super rated R. Like super. I think it should be rated 21 and over because it is as violent as movies get, pretty much. And it's not for kids. Definitely not for kids. But it is my favorite movie for many different reasons. If you are of age, if you can watch rated R movies and you haven't seen Scarface, you're probably not watching. You haven't watched it probably because you're like, oh, it was made in the 80s. Who wants to watch that? An old movie? Who wants to watch an old movie from the 80s? But trust me, guys, it is one of the most epic gangster movies ever created in the history of gangster movies. And it is epic in every sense of the word. Every sense of the word, it is epic. I'm forgetting how to do letters of a sudden. I forgot how to do all these sorts of letters. That's not how you do a G. I think G's like this. Wait a second. How do you do the G? Oh man, I've forgotten how to do letters here. This is bad. That's not how you do a letter. How do you do a G? I gotta go looking. Where can I find the G at? We'll skip the G for now. Management. I hope I spelled this correctly. So I'm gonna be playing Scarface music all throughout this video. It's got an amazing, one of the best soundtracks. Oh, I love 80s music so much. I'm a child of the 80s, so I'm a little bit biased. Okay, I grew up during the 80s. And, I was first exposed to music during the 80s. So, of course, I have a biased idea of how good 80s music is. Management. But, yeah, the soundtrack to this movie is awesome. The acting is incredible. I mean, we're talking about Al Pacino when he was in his heyday. I mean, heyday. This is when Al Pacino was like, I'm the best actor that's living right now, and I'm going to show the world. That's, he's lost his gusto since then. But this is when Al Pacino was at his greatest, I think. So if you don't know, basically it's a movie of a Cuban immigrant. Fidel Castro sent his criminals here on a boat as soon as some sort of embargo was lifted. And so he sent a bunch of criminals over here that he didn't want to, house in his jails. And basically, Tony Montana came over in one of these boats, and he started living the American dream. Of course, his dream, first starting out, was washing dishes. He couldn't get a better job than washing dishes, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then Montana, 7. Oh, okay. So he started washing dishes, but he had big dreams of, just taking the American dream and running with it, basically. And to him, the American dream was having money, power, respect, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. Yeah, one more on this side. And so money, power, respect, and of course the women was what he wanted more than anything. And the movie is the story of him and his struggle to achieve that. And boy, was it a struggle. Alright, let me just stop talking for a second. I need to focus here. We have 2 letters and 1 letter. So this needs to be moved down 1. Just 1. No biggie. So this is just me mapping out where the letters are going to go. All my letters here are going to be 3 by 3. So it's imperative that I block it out first so I don't have to do more work, you know. It's a lot of work doing these letters, so any mistakes are going to need to be avoided at all costs. At all costs. No mistakes, okay? The little bit of time it takes to map this out is going to be totally worth it. Now, is that right? Is one over there? Perfect. Okay. So, yeah, he uses violence and the threat of violence to achieve, you know, all the things that he wants to achieve. And it's a cautionary tale. It's a tale of what happens when you lose focus on the prize, you know, when you let power and fame and money corrupt you. And I think that Tony Montana is a teacher. In the movie, he's a villain, but you're rooting for the villain, which is why it's such a unique movie. He's like the most despicable villain you could ever imagine, yet you want him to succeed. And I think that's why the movie is so special. What other movie does that well? You know, there's not too many. And he's everyone's favorite villain. He is a role model to so many, yet he kills people and he deals drugs, basically. And you have to ask yourself, why is he a role model? And I think the reason why so many people can relate to Tony Montana is because, you know, maybe his dream wasn't the most noble thing, but his dream was something that he was going to achieve at all costs, at whatever cost, and that is a respectable thing. You know, even though he uses violence and drugs and, you know, all sorts of negative things to get what he wants, he's a man who will not be denied. He will not be denied. And people love to root for those kinds of people because we hope to see some of that in ourselves, you know. We hope that when, you know, we encounter obstacles, we're going to rise to the occasion, just like Tony did at almost every occasion. I don't want to spoil the movie for those who haven't seen it. You guys need to go watch that movie. Trust me on that, because it is amazing. You hear the music? Listen to the music. Isn't it so cool? I gotta figure out how to do the G. Let's take a little field trip real quickly to a G. Gino's has a G. Let's go to Gino's Pizzeria. We can almost see it from the window. Actually, what am I doing? Let's go see it from the window. From Montana Realty, we should be able to see Gino's. Come on, Gino's, where are you? Not there, not there. Wrong way. It's that way. Oh, I can just barely not see it. Okay, we're going. We're going. I need to see the G. Oh, I was so close. I was so close, guys. Oh, come on. Come on. Don't give me that nonsense. Let's just patch this up before I forget. I don't like to forget these things. Alright, so back to Scarface. Yeah, let's just do this before I forget. Because I will forget, guys. That's what I do, is I forget. There we go. Alright. And then, that's a G. Montana Management. Alright, so he's a Cuban, and you know, it's Al Pacino doing this Cuban accent. It's not the greatest. It's not the greatest Cuban accent, but it gets the job done. Actually, most of the people in the movie are supposed to be Cuban. Only one person in the movie is actually Cuban, and that is the guy who plays Manny. He's Tony Montana's sidekick, and he's such a lovable guy. He's like, you know, he's a good guy stuck in a bad position, and he lets Tony Montana lead him around. And, because, you know, one's the boss and one's the follower. And if it wasn't for Tony, then, you know, Manny wouldn't be where he is, so he's got to... It's a lot like Jose and our friend in the ghetto, in the barrio, from Desolation Survival Stories. Like our friend who, you know, he idolizes Tony Montana. He looks up to him like a father figure, but at the same time, Tony Montana is bringing him down. He's bringing him down into a life of crime, and a life of crime ends up in one of two places, and that is dead or in jail. And I think that's one of the morals of the story is, you know, if you accept this lifestyle, if you embrace this kind of violent lifestyle that, you know, steps on other people to get what you want, then you may have some success. You probably will have some success. You definitely will have some success. But at what price will you pay? And it's going to catch up to you in the long run. It catches up to everyone. You will end up dead or in jail. That is the long and short of it. Your mansion doesn't mean anything if the state, takes over, or if you have to pay funeral costs. If you're dead, then you don't need your lavish mansion and beautiful cars, because you'll be driving around hell in whatever convertible Satan wants to give you. If you're not religious, it's non-religious. All I'm trying to say is violence and negativity begets violence and negativity. And if that's what you put in, that's what you're going to get out. And don't put it in. Okay? You know what I'm saying, guys? Don't put it in. It's just not worth it. Learn from Tony Montana. Oh, wait a second. This needs to be this. There we go. I forgot that we still haven't put the floor in here. This is not the floor. This is the floorboard between the floor. Okay? So that's not my floor. Don't think for 1 second that I would make the whole floor wood blocks. No way. No way. Let's get this side done. This video is taking a little bit longer than I expected. But at least we're hearing some beautiful Scarface music. Oh, push it to the limit. I want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on Dan's vid. Dan Lags came over the other day and we had a huge PvP session. We played for hours. I got a lot of footage that I will be bringing to you in the next couple of weeks. Just got to get my editing done and all that sort of thing. So we're going to have a lot of Dan Lags PvP. Thank you, Dan, for coming in and playing. We have a lot of fun every time he comes in. And he's just a really nice guy, and I enjoy playing with him. So thank you, Dan, for coming and playing with us. I'm going to try to invent more games for him, because we went through all the games. We played Prince of the Plane. We played some ODAB stuff. What else? We played some Team Deathmatch, the Hearts vs. Minds that you saw. What else did we play? Did we play Hidden? I don't think we played Hidden. That was the one game type we did not play. Saving it for later. Alright. So we're coming along here. Let me check the time on this video. Alright, we're about nearing the end. Let me just put the finishing touches on this sign. I know I didn't get much done today, but I just wanted to talk about my favorite movie of all time. And if you're of age and you want to watch it, I highly encourage you to, because it will change your life as it changed mine. I saw movies differently after I watched it. I definitely had a higher expectation for movies in general. It's a long movie. It's almost 3 hours, I believe. But you will be on the edge of your seat the entire time. Like I said, some amazing acting, beautiful music, a story that's just Shakespearean. It's tragedy, and it's drama, and there's love, and oh man, it's such an amazing movie. I get goosebumps just thinking and talking about it. Wow. I can't say enough about Scarface, honestly. Okay, so I'm just going to put some little trim on here. There's a part of the movie where Tony invests in a realty company, and that's what this is. This is a realty company that's... Let me just talk about... The last thing I'm going to talk about is money laundering. Basically, Tony Montana has a lot of drug money, and he needs to explain to the government how he got it, so he can buy his cars and mansions. And the way he does that is he establishes Montana Management Company, and it is a money laundering place. And what money laundering means, basically, it just means that he's putting all his drug money into this realty company, and so the money goes into the realty company and it comes out clean. The government thinks that he's making all this money through housing, when in reality, it's all drug money. So money laundering is basically washing money in the government's eyes. Not literally washing with soap, but cleaning it. It's dirty drug money, and then it turns into clean government money that he has to pay taxes on, but he's not worried about taxes. He doesn't mind the taxes. He's making so much money from drugs that the taxes are just a drop in the bucket. But yeah, anyway, so that's the video for today. Go watch Scarface if you're old enough. If you're not old enough, do not watch Scarface. Do not tell your parents I told you about Scarface. Wait till you're old enough, okay? It's the best movie ever made, in my opinion. And, of course, that's just my humble opinion. But we got Montana Management. I'm going to fill this floor up with fake realty. It's all fake. It's all facade. It's all just in someone's imagination. There's no actual real estate going on here. Alright, guys. So, thank you guys for watching. Let's take an outro here. I hope you guys are pushing it to your limit in all of your endeavors. Be sure to check out the Dan video. I'll put a little card so you can go watch it. Yeah, we're on our way here. We're pushing it to the limit. The sky's the limit. The world is yours, okay? Always remember that, guys. From the Scarface movie, that's the one thing I always have taken away. The world is yours. All you have to do is reach out and grab it. So I'm going to leave you with that. Happy Minecrafting. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. You guys are the best. Peace.